And welcome back to Good Morning Antigua Barbuda for this lovely Wednesday morning. It is 10 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Yes. Hopefully wherever you are tuned in to us this morning because, hey, we got somebody special in the house. Yes, somebody special. He is Dewry Bradford. Dewry Bradford.
How y'all doing?
Oh, don't let the name sounds simple, but this gentleman right here, he has been doing great things for his family, for himself, for the U.S., but for his roots, which starts right here in Antigua. Dewry Bradford is a fashion designer. Now, I know a lot of you know these brands. Timberland, Puma, Fat Farm, Echo, Sean John. You can go on and on and on and on. Hey, designer. Yes, you better believe it. Good morning, and thank you so much for taking the time out to come here with us right here in Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. Tell us a bit about yourself. I mean, you've designed for all of these companies.
Yes.
Your dad is Antiguan.
Yes, he is. Yes.
And basically, you were here when you were younger.
Yes.
But you decided to go on. But let me not because we've been talking. You tell us about the story.
All right. My name is Dewry Bradford. I'm a fashion designer. I've been designing for over 13 years. And I've had a lot of really great experiences in the fashion world. I've designed for Puffy, Sean John, Russell Simmons for Fat Farm. The list goes on and on. I just did a fashion show for Richie Rich. He has a new brand called Pop Lux, and we just launched at the Lincoln Center in New York City. So, I mean, I've been really, really busy. I'm launching 3 collections next year. I just did a deal with the UFC, which is mixed martial arts, and they have a brand called TUF, T-U-F, the Ultimate Fighter. That's what it stands for. And, just bringing the design teams together with the sales team. My guy, Robbie Longs from Nike, he launched the LeBron collection for the Jordan brand. So, I mean, I'm involved with a lot of incredible people, like the movers and shakers of the fashion world.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Now, Antigua.
Take
us back to the place, where...
Grace Farm.
It all started in Grace Farm.
It all started in Grace Farm. Man, we had a little moat. It was like a really long moat, and I just remember trying not to step into the moat, because I call it a moat. Maybe it's the gutter. I'm not sure. But I mean, humble beginnings, and I really want to talk to the young people about humble beginnings. It doesn't matter where you began, but it's all about where you're going. You need to have a plan for your life. Purpose. Each person on this earth, we all have a purpose.
Sure. Man,
woman, boy, girl, doesn't matter what your age is, you were born with a purpose. And you have to find out what that purpose is, for God's purpose for your life. So what I did for myself, I looked inside and I noticed I could draw. I love drawing, and I noticed I love the little fabric. Oh, okay, what is this, velvet? And I got a little bit more interested in that, and I realized, man, I want to get into graphic arts. And I wanted to talk to the young people for a moment, as well as their parents. As a parent, you find yourself pushing your child towards the direction of being a lawyer or a doctor. Yeah, it's like you're kind of living vicariously through your children. And you need to stop, take a step back, try not to force fit your child into a certain mold. Your child could be a square. You're trying to fit them in a round hole. And that's crazy because, if you take a bird, you try to make the bird slither like a snake. I mean, it's just not going to happen. The bird has wings. Why does the bird have wings? To fly. And you need to take a deep look at your child and find out, like, what are the attributes, what are the talents that you see in your children, and take that into consideration when you're directing them towards a certain goal and career in life.
Now, it's funny you speak of having a plan, and especially to the parents, not stifling your children in a sense. What was your plan? You left Antigua at an early age, and you went away, well, not left Antigua because you were born in the U.S., you came here, stayed for a while, and then you went back there. Now, what was it like, the journey What did you study for this in particular?
Yeah.
And when you told your dad or your parents basically, hey, you know what, I want to get into the fashion industry, what was the reaction like?
So my father is a pastor. He just became a bishop a few years ago. And you know, being an island person, people associate fashion designer with a gay lifestyle, let's say. And so when I told my father, I was like, Dad, I love fabric, I love color, I love graphics. You know, I see artists that I would want to wear my clothing. Like I have this idea.
Yes.
Like I felt I was fresh. You know, I felt I was fresh. And you know, I wanted to really kind of integrate that into my life because I don't come from a life of fashion. You know, but it was that thing I saw on television that drew me to it, you know. So I was like, man, this is what I want to do. And, you know, my father was like, all right, let's see how this works out, you know what I mean? And, you know, it worked out well because I took an internship at Damani Dada, and then I tried to get hired. They were like, sir, you're an intern. What are you doing? You should go to school. I said, school? But I already did 4 years of college as a graphic artist. So, you know, it's not like I was like, woke up one day and wanted to do it. I was really always pursuing that. And then I went to FIT, got enrolled, and I learned how to sew. First time by the Chinese women who came like straight off the boat to teach me how to sew. I was like, wow. I hated sewing, but I learned the trade.
Yes.
And, you know, it was a means to an end because, and that's a lesson to be learned, right? You might have an end goal, but maybe that journey is a little bit tough. It might be something that you don't even like doing.
True.
But, you know, if you understand that it's a means to an end, then you'll take it in stride. You know what I mean? True. So I learned how to sew. I learned pattern making. And then I got to the fabrics. Then I got to the graphics, the patterns. And, you know, ever since then, everything was pretty much smooth sailing.
But it's menswear that you're, you know, just
primarily menswear.
Primarily menswear is what you're really into. And I'm looking at your put together
ensemble
get up, and it is smashing, as we would say.
Oh,
meaning
thank you.
that it is hot. It's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, how when you wake up in the morning, for persons, you know, because this is an opportunity for persons out there, especially the men.
Yes.
Who are, you know, you have some men who are more retro, some who are into punk rock.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have much of that in Antigua.
Okay.
But because it's a small world, and there are things that's going to trickle down into other countries. So you do have pockets of persons who are into these different types of dressing.
Yes.
What would you say is the most constant thing to bear in mind when you're getting up and going, whether it's for work, whether it's for church, whether it's for you know, just a casual outing? What's constant in the fashion industry that you should pay keen attention to?
Constant is stay true to yourself. What's important is making sure that you're dressing properly for the right occasion. You know, I'm launching a company, Graywell, next year, 2013. We've partnered with the top 4 fabric mills in the world: Lord Piana, Holland and Sherry, Scabal, and Dorme. I mean, Lord Piana, their jackets are like $15,000 a piece. But the reason why we're highballing it is because, you know, first and I'm into branding as well, so I understand the importance of highballing your item first and then trickling it down to a mid-tier and then eventually a lower tier. And I'm saying all of that to say this. As a person, you know, and it ties into your purpose as well. Dress how you want to be perceived. True. If you want to be perceived as a businessman, a man about his money, a man about his business, dress that way. Wear that Power Navy suit. Throw some gold buttons on it if you think it's important. You know what I mean? Yes. If you're a construction worker, you don't have to be super fresh. But, you know, dress according to the part that you're portraying. But then after work, if you're that man that you want people to know, if you're a socialite, get into the socialite role. It's kind of like a costume. Right now,
say you're wearing.
Oh man, I'm about.
This could go in so many different pockets.
Yeah, this is
social, you know, depending on the type of business meeting that you're going to.
Yeah.
An appearance on Good Morning Antigua Barbuda.
Well, this is my Good Morning Antigua get up, if you know what I mean. You know, got my white tie going on. I didn't want to battle.
It's interesting in terms of even fashion now,
yes.
Because once upon a time, fashion for us was mix and matching.
Right.
That was what it was.
Right.
Years ago. Now you find the patterns are coming in with
yes.
a bit of solid.
Yes.
And you're typically, this is what you're portraying right now. What
yes.
is in now. So Why the move from solids to this big clash of patterns and colors?
Well, nowadays people are more expressive, you know, because of this whole internet move. People woke up and said, whoa, I can be an individual and still be successful. This is weird. Like, I don't really have to work for a company. I can be an entrepreneur. And because of the crash of the economy, it put people in entrepreneurial mode. Like, wait, so I can't depend on my company. I can't depend on the government. It kind of puts you in, you know, like you had to throw on that Superman outfit, go out there and make a living for yourself. So in a way, in retrospect now, in a way, we're kind of going back to the beginning, the way things used to be. You know, you got to pave your own way. You know, if you want money, get money. Don't depend on the next person to, you know, set something up officially and then you jump on their vision. What's your vision for your life? You know, like you have to ask yourself these questions as an individual.
True. Now you even in terms of being an entrepreneur, because basically that's what you are.
Yes.
And you're speaking of years of experience.
Yes.
I mean, 13 years, it's a long time.
Yes.
And you're growing from strength to strength. So it is really, really important. Now, I'm looking at a graphic here. Tell us about this graphic. What is it depicting?
You know, this ties directly into what you just spoke about, pattern mixing. The trick with pattern mixing is taking a large scaled pattern and you can mix it with any other pattern just as long as the scales are different. So, you know, you see a lot of zebra print. You see a lot of not cougar print, leopard print, muted, and also photoreal leopard print as well. Kanye West is wearing more of a colorful version of it.
Of leopard.
That man is a beast. Do not sleep on Kanye West. He is a fashionista, and he's gonna get. Even though at his fashion show in Europe he had fur for spring, we're not gonna address that today, are we? No. He is a man of his own desire.
What is this one that we're looking at?
Well, this is just me, right? Fashion, my love. Music, my lust. I've been on the fashion side of things for all of my career life, and I've been looking over the fence at music, lusting after me.
Is it the singing part or is it the produced?
Yeah, no, I was lying. I want to talk about it. I am a singer, but I'm not on some, like, I don't know, Chris Brown. I'm not doing flips. I'm not singing on the mic. I'm not going to award shows doing it. No. I sing for the Lord. I sing on my praise team, To Heal Is Amar.
Give us a piece.
No. Are you serious?
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Lord, you are. And that's all you're going to get? Oh!
That sounds... Are you serious?
That's it.
Do that.
You got to come tomorrow. A chorus? This is on the spot. This is live television?
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
The whole of Antigua, Barbuda, and people from around the world tuning in via the worldwide, they're watching. I'm putting you on the spot. A chorus.
A chorus.
I'm available to you. Lord,
you sing.
Available to you. Yes, I do.
I don't remember those words.
Okay,
I have stage fright. There you go.
Go ahead. Tell me what you know, because your voice sounds amazing.
Oh, man. I can't even think of a song. Now I'm like frozen for real.
Oh my goodness.
But that song, check the tape back.
How do we get to you? How do we get to hear that side of you? Tomorrow, you're speaking about tomorrow.
Yes.
Your dad was on here earlier speaking about the day of prayer.
Yes.
Yes, that was his dad, the bishop.
That's
and
my
then
pops.
He talks about that, says, oh, we're going to see how it goes in the fashion world. Well, I know Daddy is extremely proud of you now.
Yes,
he has seen the journey. He has seen how far you've come from, and I know that, God will continue to bless you in whatever way. So tomorrow we can hear you. The Dean William Lake Cultural Center.
Yes.
All about the day of prayer. Tell us, in terms of advice for young persons, and you mentioned it earlier, in terms of really pushing for what you want as an individual and not allowing others around you to steer you into the direction that you don't want to go.
Right.
As an entrepreneur now, what are some of the tips that you give young people who are interested in starting up a business? I mean, we are living in some harsh economic times.
Yes, we are.
So we have to really build on our strengths and our talents. What would you say are some of the main, goals to keep in mind?
Okay, listen. The very number one most important thing is branding. if you have a product and you don't brand it properly to the right customer base, you will lose. If you market it wrong colors, you know, the content is wrong, direction is wrong, you're going to lose, you're going to miss out. You need to study your customer base, know who that person is, know their age, know where they shop, how they dress, their taste, their food, who do they hang around. Like, you know, study your customer, find out what that service is or that product is that you have, and cultivate it. Find out who your competitors are. Learn them. Find out how they move. If you're a brand new entrepreneur, study your industry. If you know, I'll say fashion because I'm in fashion. You know, I'll go, say I'm brand new. I'm going to go on the internet. Thank God for the internet. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go on the internet. I'm going to study all of the brands that I want to be competing against. Because remember, yeah, they're big giants now, but hey, guess what? You're on the come up. You're the next ones in. So think of yourself as the next ones up, okay? And remember, you want to be a Ralph Lauren? Think about battling Ralph Lauren. But first, you have to find out, well, what did he do? What steps did he take to get to where he is today in life? Understand the reason why Ralph Lauren is king is because he created a... Oh, wait, let me calm down. Ralph Lauren created a brand that can live in every single price point and every single tier of the market. If you can create a product or a service that can cater to every single human being on this earth at every single point in their life and they want your product, game over.
Sustainability,
you win.
Right there.
Sustainability. That is the word I've been looking for the whole time. Okay, so there you go.
Well, I mean, I do not know. I mean, you're a firework.
Ready to go.
Stuff. It means that you're passionate about what you do.
Yes.
You're passionate about the direction that you're taking. What I want you to tell the people now is in terms of, you know, you're going to reach a place where maybe we could have you in some of your designs here in Antigua.
Of course.
You're an Antiguan.
Yes, I am.
And we want to be able to support, you know, things that come from us.
Yes.
And so, you know, as a son of the soil, I'm hoping that as you go into this journey of, you know, starting up your business, that you'll definitely continue to look towards Antigua and remember that, you know, we're giving you our full support.
Yes.
Tell us once again about your business, the new one, the
one that I'm launching next year. It's called Graywell.
Yes.
Graywell.
Tell us about Graywell and, you know, when is it that you're going to be launching and in terms of how persons may be able to view some of your work.
Yes. Graywell is a company. It was originally started by Frank DiGiacomo 2 years ago. He brought me on to expand it into a ready-to-wear collection. So we're doing all categories, everything from sweater knits to wovens to denim, polos, you name it. And we're doing manufacturing in Italy, but it's still with that New York swag to it, you know. So that's what our angle is in the clothing market. It's high price point right now, but as I said, we're going to take it to the different tiers a few years down the line. You can check it out at www.graywell.com. You're looking at it right now. Now this is the current collection that we have, but we're revamping the website by next week. I'm so mad I'm here now because I wish if I was here next week, you'd see the updated website along with.
You're welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to come. And also the updated logo that we have, which is a peacock. I don't know if this could be shown. Maybe not. Zoomed in. Yeah, maybe.
We'll get it shown at another time.
Okay, cool.
But we'll definitely keep in touch with you to find out your progress. I'm always excited when an Antiguan or an Antiguan by whatever connection, you know, it comes and does something well for themselves, especially as a young person.
Yes.
You're an inspiration, and I know that there are many young people out there right now, you know, just watching this interview that's saying, yes, I can, and yes, I will. And it sounds like an Obama campaign.
I know. I love Obama.
Yes, I can. Yes, I will. But, you know, that sentence, that phrase, it speaks to so many people and to so many situations.
Yes.
And just as you're saying, if you want something, you have to go and get it. So what last piece of advice would you give before we wrap up?
Well, honestly, I would love to hear from the young people. I mean, my email is dewryb@gmail.com. If there's anybody out there that feels you have that passion to design, or you're interested in music, or you're interested in branding, please give me an email shout out. That's dwryb@gmail.com. My last piece of advice is to find out what your purpose is in this earth, because remember, when you look at those tombstones, you'll see the date you entered, the little hyphen, and then the date you exited. What are you doing in that hyphen section? Right there, that little hyphen. Find out what you're doing in there and give me a hotline email.
Now,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, I see so much of your dad.
Oh, really?
You know, as a person coming from that spiritual background.
Yes.
I do see that, and I know exactly what it is like, because you know you're such an inspiration. You're so full of life. Keep up the good work. Keep up that spirit.
Yes.
And we'll continue to pray that God will continue to strengthen you in all your endeavors. We wish you well. You have our 100% backing.
2 thumbs. Thank you.
2 thumbs up.
I need those thumbs.
I've been speaking to fashion designer Dewry Bradford into menswear, you know, designing for so many of the people that we buy from. You know, we have all these brands here, and we're buying something that has been touched by one of our very own Antiguans. So we are so happy for you. We wish you all the best. We'll be wrapping up things very soon right here in Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. You've seen some of what we've been speaking about, some of what we hope to see coming from our very own right here. But we'll be right back right here on Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. Don't you dare go